I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I just had a discussion with my wife, who is a rich man. Is it a man that has money or a man that has integrity? The Bible says a good name is better than riches. I will do a second video this night concerning late Frank Kokori, the National Secretary of NUPENG during the Abacha regime, those that fought for the restoration of democracy in Nigeria, who died recently. It's an honorable man like me. A young man was rewarded recently, the Leadership Forum. He saw 50 million naira in his tricycle that we call Keke Napep, and returned it to the owner that forgot it in his tricycle. He was in secondary school. He started school late. For some people, including some of us who are pastors, some of us who are Christians, will have seen that as prayer answered, as our breakthrough. But this young man returned the money to the owner. And in recognition for his good behavior as a Nigerian, Peter Obi and his running mate during the election, Dati Baba Ahmed, that owns Bayes University, there are two universities he owns, awarded him a scholarship from beginning till graduation, and I think throughout his educational career. That boy on his own cannot save the money that will make him pass through that university. If he even works for a lifetime, he might not be able to train a child through that university. But they gave him that scholarship because of integrity. And then the Niger State governor, not to be outdone, offered to give him 50 million on behalf of the president. I hope they pay. And then the APC governors gave him another 50 million. So that young man had 100 million naira plus scholarship. If he had taken the 50 million, he would have had only 50 million and a curse upon his head. Because that man will cry and cry and cry, and inequity, which is called iniquity, will follow that young man. So who is a rich man? Your degree of wealth or being rich is the alternative you can forgo. Poor people don't have alternatives. They do things because they don't have an alternative. A person who is really rich can forgo things. Abraham told the king of Sodom, keep whatever you have. Lot told Jacob, he said, keep your stuff. I have more than my own. Jacob tricked him, took his birthright, took his blessing, his beraka, took his bekora, took his beraka. But when they met, Jacob was not better than Esau. In fact, the descendants of Esau were the first people to be called dukes or chiefs in the Bible. And in fact, they established their own kingdom with capital in Petra before the children of Israel established their own capital. So Jacob could have defrauded Esau, but Esau did not end up as a poor person. So in Africa, the reason why we have not developed, the reason why there is so much kleptomania, the reason why there is so much greed, The reason why there's so much evil is because we associate wealth only with what we can count. Character is the greatest wealth. Joseph did not take capital into the prison. He went with character. And the Bible says he prospered in prison. And because of his character, he managed the resources of Egypt. The greatest challenge most people will face in this dispensation is whether we can find men of character, people we can trust to entrust resources into their hands. If people can trust you and entrust resources into your hands, you are a rich man. That young man was a rich man. 100 million plus scholarship plus recognition. That's wealth. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Don't struggle to hawk bread. Own a bakery. He who has character owns a bakery. He who hawks bread is looking for money. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki.